Check.
Check.
Welcome to the must listen to WWE program in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Tough Talks with Thili and Dablock.
Boom.
I completely botched that.
Well, hey, it's not the worst watch in recent WWE memory.
Nah, from what I recall, part of the reason we didn't do last week's show was because of botches in WWE memories.
Yeah, we felt that the less said about Hell in a Cell, the better.
Even saying that pay-per-view title kind of was not really warranted.
Yeah, I defended that pay-per-view and the whole lead-up because people talked about how much unnecessary, but I love that pay-per-view so much. I love that demonic fucking structure.
It is a demonic structure.
It is, but that finish was atrocious. Let's just be everything about it. Vince McMahon reportedly was well aware of how poorly it went. Did not try to hide it. Knew he fucked up. And I think we saw on SmackDown a shift towards the right direction for the Fiend. But we will get to that.
See, I don't understand how it goes from September 9th to May 27th. WWE, you're kind of failing me a little bit right now on this whole new application. I'm trying to find the WWE news.
Maybe the browser might work better. Browser version.
Probably if I go to the browser version.
It's the only thing I can think of because I use that app anymore.
Yeah, no, I can see a little bit why, because that was a little bit garbage.
Yeah, it's not well thought out.
It's like they laid it out from the developer's perspective, not realizing not all of us are developers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. WWE.com. Where you go for the latest in WWE news when you're not listening to Tough Talks with Thili and Dablock.
Boom.
All right, so we got Raw Draft Preview, WWE News, Crown Jewel.
Yeah, we have another Crown Jewel pay-per-view event coming up.
Largest tag team turmoil match in history to determine World Cup winner and crown the best tag team in the world.
Yeah, they gotta have some sort of tournament at every one of these fucking Saudi shows.
Best in the world. Who's
Big E replied to that tweet on Twitter and said, what did he say? He said that if they get a billionaire's son to replace one of them mid-tournament, they're sure to win.
Oh, man. SmackDown highlights. I'm looking for the Raw highlights. Man. Give me a second.
For sure. This week was crazy. What you know what we'll do here? Like while we're waiting, have you found that already? Or
No.
Okay. While you're doing that, I'll just go over the UFC thing real quick because there's not a whole lot to talk about at this UFC. Everything went pretty much according to what you would expect. Joanna Champion is definitely going to be facing Wei Li Shang to try to get her belt back. She beat the absolute, to quote Mac Malley, she beat the absolute dog shit out of Michelle in the main event for 5 straight rounds. The craziest thing was something I have never seen. I've watched probably 100 UFC pay-per-views in my life, more than. And I've never seen a referee let a guy take such a shit kicking that referee was fired by the commission and taken off of his later assignments that night. Never seen that before in my life.
Wow.
This guy was supposed to referee another event in the first 2 fights of the main card, and the announcers made a point to say that he was supposed to be the ref on this fight, but Herb Dean would be pulling double duty because the commission decided to pull that referee from all later fights.
Jeez.
The fight that in question should have been stopped at the end of the first round, in between rounds. Instead, Buddy was allowed to fight almost to the end of the third round, basically unconscious and just getting concussion after concussion. So, very brutal. Shows the importance of a good referee in mixed martial arts. But if anyone wants to see that fight in question, that was on the it was the second last fight on the prelims of the fight night that just passed on Saturday. Very good card otherwise.
All right. Okay. See, I'm not even understanding the layout of this thing. Maybe I gotta go over to the computer after all.
Let's do it.
All right. Over here.
We mobile on this podcast now, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, we are. All right, so we got to check out what's going on WWE.com. There's account verification inbox. Okay, Capital One. That has nothing to do with the show right now. Well, let's get it.
WWE.com/shows.
Oh, /shows.
Click Raw there on Google. We're giving you a behind-the-scenes look today on Dablock with Thili Block.
Cheer.
Gang.
Getting it? Speaking of, what's new with you guys? What's the latest?
Yeah, we haven't been an episode since the Nag Music Awards.
Yeah.
Ezza of Chungang won Hip Hop Art of the Year, which is huge and so well deserved. So big shout and congratulations to Ezza of Chungang, because goddamn it was a great night. We definitely celebrated afterwards.
All right.
Then yes, there would definitely be things coming up. Everyone keep an eye out for our boy Lil Nucci and his coming project.
Yeah, I got other going too, though. You know what I mean? Like, I love Treasure Black. That's something that's nothing that you've heard before. You know what I mean? Some people, a couple people heard a little bit here and there.
A little bit.
But, gotta say I like the way it sounded so far.
Yeah. Definitely everyone keep an eye out for that.
All right. Man. This computer. It's giving me a challenge.
Time.
Quite a challenge indeed. And it's like, how well do you remember the card? Charlotte substitutes for Banks to battle Becky for first.
That's next week.
Oops.
Or that's tonight.
That's tonight. Oh, yeah, it's tonight. Okay.
Yeah, Sasha got pulled.
Oh, yeah, actually.
Yep.
That sucks.
Not good time for that to happen.
So on October 7th.
October 7th.
All right.
10/7/19.
Oh, snap. Oh. Wait, no, that's the 20th. When you said 10/7/19, it reminded me of my parents' anniversary for some reason.
Oh.
Yeah, but that's the 20th.
13. It's just, 13 days off.
Yeah, just a little. Oh.
It's close. Close.
It's all about crashing into the wall. Yeah, coffee. All right. Raw results. 7/19.
Yeah.
RS flows. Okay.
So we should, as much as I love Mike Benino, I think we should
Sounds good. All right. That's agreeable. So I can read the headlines, and then you could fill it with flair.
Yeah, I love it. Let's do it.
All right. So Bobby Lashley and Lana taunted Rusev from his bedroom.
This storyline is fucking weird. I don't get why they decided that this is the storyline to bring Rusev and Lana back to. They have done the unfaithful Lana time again with so many other people throughout her and Rusev's relationship. And we all know that they're together. Like, you know what I mean?
So you're saying they're making her look like a slut for no reason?
A little bit. I mean, so here's the thing. Anybody who follows Lana's Instagram as closely as I do is more than happy to go off every lovely thing she has.
Right on.
Cheap plug for Lana's Instagram. But
CJ Perry or something like that?
Yeah, at CJ Perry. At Lana CJ Perry.
Lana CJ Perry.
Or CJ Lana Perry. Something. Just look up WWE Lana on Instagram and CJ Perry will come up.
Yep.
Yeah. So I just don't understand why they're doing the unfaithful thing of it. Like, maybe if she was like trolling people, maybe this is a whole thing where she's going to be trolling Lashley. But I mean, Lashley is garbage right now on the mic.
Okay, on the mic, yeah, he's not.
He's amazing in the ring.
He's no Block, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah,
he's no Block.
He's amazing in the ring. Like, I love
Lashley in the ring. I'll tell you that much.
No, I love Bobby Lashley in the ring.
He's a beast.
He's a big motherfucker.
Big brute, yo.
But on the mic, he's leaves something to be desired. And these promos that they're doing, where they're doing them from Rusev's bedroom or like the top of the stage with, if anyone should be talking in this equation, it's Lana. That girl can fucking talk on the mic. She does occasionally lose her Russian accent.
I was gonna say, because she talking with or without her accent.
Yeah, I mean that depends on the sentence. But the point is, she can talk. Like, the words are always good, accent or not. So if anybody should be the one talking there, it should be her, and she's not. And it just seems I just don't know why they're doing it. It's weird. It feels like because Maria is gonna not be able to be on TV much during like the later term of the pregnancy and stuff.
Okay.
That maybe they just want to keep running with some form of that kind of a storyline.
Try and carry that over.
Paul Heyman has done storylines like that in the past, i.e. Beulah and Tommy Dreamer and all that nonsense.
Beulah, wasn't she Luna Vachon?
I don't think they're the same person, but maybe. I didn't watch ECW back in the day.
Okay.
So
I don't know. The name just rings a bell. The name rings a bell.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she was a staple, but yeah. So it's all strange. I don't get it.
All right, cool. Well, our Canadian girl Natalya defeated Lacey Evans in a last woman standing match via powerbomb through a table.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's true. It was a good match. Lacey and Natalya have what seems to be the longest running feud active in the WWE right now. They just, except for maybe Gable and Corbin. But unlike Gable and Corbin, neither of these two have been forced to like change their name to something ridiculous. So it has one up on them immediately there. But yeah, I mean it's an interesting feud. They're both great in the ring and out of the ring, as we saw in this match. The powerbomb through the table happened up at the top of the ramp. Yeah, Natty was the last woman standing.
I'm glad they actually changed that to respect the women in there. Cause
yeah, absolutely.
You know how they are.
It just makes sense. It sounds stupid if you say last man standing match, but it's, two women.
True. But like, I mean, and the other thing I really liked about this is they're letting the ladies use the toys. Don't make that too dirty, boys, because then they'll start taking them away. But they're letting the ladies use the toys, and like obviously they have more protection on them, but at the same time, Like, let them go, man. Let them go. Tables, ladders, chairs, kento sticks. I can't wait till TLC, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Because up until like 3 years ago. Up until 3 years ago, women weren't heavy in it.
No.
Well,
and when they were, they would throw, it would be stupid stipulation like a mud wrestling match or a bra and panties match or a swimsuit competition or, a pillow fight, which, hey, let's bring back some of the pillow fights and the swimsuit competition.
I ain't mad at that, but
I'd like it.
But like,
I'm down with it. I want it. Bring that back.
For the days, like, I mean, if we move it forward, bro, like, a table and fudge match.
Oh, throw a table in the mud.
A table in mud.
Put a table over the mud pit, and dear God, somebody put Bailey in it.
Oh man, oh Lee.
I'm sorry.
Nah, man, Bailey. Didn't I say she was gonna cut her hair soon though?
Mm-hmm.
I called that.
She looks real good. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. That's SmackDown news.
That's SmackDown, though.
All right. That's the end of SmackDown news.
Yeah, yep.
We're blowing the main event.
Sorry, guys. Spoiler alert.
Spoilers.
The Viking Raiders.
Spoilers. Bailey's hot.
She packing, yo.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, she packing. Don't even play. I'm not like. Listen, we're not here. We're not here to talk this way. But I'll tell you right now, like, I can appreciate the anatomy of a female superstar. You know what I mean?
She got a lot of anatomy.
Not as much as I appreciate the anatomy of my wife, however.
No, of course. But
she
got a lot of anatomy, though.
She got some anatomy.
Bailey's got a lot of anatomy.
There's some gray area. There's some gray area in her anatomy.
She got. I ain't even gonna say what I was gonna say. Read that next thing. Pull it up. Before I get us canceled.
The Viking the Viking Raiders.
Cancel culture.
Defeat the Raw Tag Team Champions Dolph Ziggler and Robert. Woo!
Dun, dun, dun. Like, come on, son. Of course they beat them. Why are they even the tag champions? You know why? Because top guys had to be on the top show. That's why. Top guys.
Top guys are on SmackDown.
Yes, they are.
See, there you go.
Top guys.
Top show. Let's see how long the top show stays.
It's top show. It'll be top show for a hot minute. You know why? Because Fox paid $1 billion to make it the top show.
Yo, bro, listen. Fox is not playing around with the advertising, eh? No. We are watching the Masked Singer, okay? And they have this section in there where there is where they call it the SmackDown. And as soon as they say SmackDown, the fucking logo for SmackDown pops up in the bottom left corner. It does this electric thing, and then it just pops back down. Nice. Like, that's cross-branding for you. That. That's because Masked Singer, like the luchadors and stuff huge. Like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I love it.
Like, come on.
So, also a weird, like, cool advertising thing recently. I'm like, one of my hobbies is like cooking and baking and stuff like that.
To food.
Big time. And so I watch a lot of programming based on cooking and stuff. And the Bon Appetit YouTube channel has been one of my favorites for the last like 2-3 years now.
Okay.
Well, last week they do this series called Back to Back Chef, where Carla Lawley does instructions with a celebrity. She talks them through cooking a dish, but only through words, and they're back to back, facing opposite directions, both doing it at the same time.
Okay.
And last week, did lobster rolls, from live lobster to lobster roll with Carla back to back, and it was fucking hilarious.
Oh my goodness!
So they're doing good stuff. They're pushing Braun in the public eye too, which is smart.
You know what else is
trying to build stars?
Yeah, they're pushing a lot of different brands. Like, they're diversifying. They're getting into the football. They're getting into the cooking.
Everything.
They're getting into like everything right now. So
they're trying to do what they did when they were on the top of their game, which was build stars.
Yep.
Because that's as much as I love the WWE product, it does kind of suffer from not having any mainstream household names right now that are
like the Hulk Hogan,
that are regular. The Hulk Hogan's, the Rocks, the Stone Cold Steve Austin, the D-Generation X, the NWO,
who is the current Rock, the current Stone Cold,
the closest thing that they have for pushed into the mainstream.
Yeah.
is Roman Reigns, but he's not accepted by the core audience.
Okay.
Which is a problem. You need someone who's accepted by the core audience as amazing and cool, that is also has mainstream appeal.
Okay.
And to do that, you have to build them with the core audience properly, so that the core audience is doing a lot of your advertising of that person by pushing it to their friends and family who have fallen out of wrestling, or who are new to wrestling, or who are this or who are that.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Cash in on it.
Boom.
Yeah. So, okay, I see what you mean. All right, let's get to this next one here.
Yeah.
Alistair Black defeats the Singh brothers 1-on-2 handicap match.
Yeah.
That was a bloody feast.
Yeah, it really was. And I like that they worded it there as a 1-on-2 handicap match, because in this case, the team of two is definitely the one with the handicap here.
Sheesh.
It's called no getting pushitis. Because Alistair Black squashed the shit out of the Singh brothers.
I'm calling that move the gatekeeper.
Basically.
The one where he locks his arm behind his back and chokes him out. That's the gatekeeper.
About that.
The gatekeeper, bro. I'm telling you this. That's the gatekeeper.
That submission was
That submission was fucking
I'm a big fan.
Fire.
I am a big fan of that
Oh
submission.
my God. Like, I was like, what is he doing? And then I saw that he had his hands, like the camera angle switched, and I saw that his hands were locked behind his back, and I'm like, what is he doing? That's a choke. I remember I put a dude in a pretzel one time. But that move right there, definitely. I've been trying to figure out who I can practice it on. Just to make sure, just lock your arm. Yeah, I could do that shit. Just lock your arm one way and then.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a problem.
Oh, it's great. That's an amazing move. I was so pleased to see that. Yeah, move.
Submission to his first in the WWE? Since coming up to the new roster?
Yeah.
Since coming up to the roster, yeah.
Correct. Definitely is.
All right. Okay. Then we got the OC, the Lucha House Party. So I saw this. Yeah, it's like we agree like 3 to 5 things. 2 things that we disagree on. We have very disagreements on.
Fuck the Lucha.
What do you hate? What is to hate about a fun-loving trio? Like
everything.
Oh my gosh.
The piñatas.
The piñatas are the bomb, bro. You never know what they're gonna come out with, what they're gonna get.
The dastardly way they treated the top guys.
Yo, bro, honestly, the high-flying techniques and maneuvers are something to be reveled.
I love Grandma.
Yeah.
I love Lindsay.
Lindsay Dorado added me on Twitter, bro.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
I love.
Okay.
I hate the Lucha House Party. I hate the Lucha House Party with every fiber of my being when they're on my TV screen.
Oh, man.
Like, if they weren't facing people that I loved and really, really just needed to see beat them, I would skip their matches every single time.
Oh, man.
So the good thing about this match was the OC beat the dog shit out of them, pinned them, and then beat the dog shit out of them some more. So, payback's a bitch. Karma. Fuck you, Lucha House Party.
Speaking of payback being a bitch, WWE Women's Tag Team Champion, the Kabuki Warriors, defeated Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch and SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte Flair in a champion showcase.
That's sexist.
Hey, man, I never said they were bitches.
I'm just kidding. Kabuki Warriors going heel. I was so skeptical as it was happening, like as they had been wrestling that whole match against Bliss and Cross heel.
Can we talk about this picture for a second? Does that not look like she's forcing her into a friendly position?
Yeah,
it
does.
It does. Okay, cool.
I like it. So they, and now I'm distracted. Got to get that off screen. Thank you. So I was very skeptical of Asuka and Kairi, Kabuki Warriors, Oriental Express 2.0 getting turned into heels so quickly. It very much made me remember the potential of a horrific Oriental Express 2.0. And they the second I've never turned around on something so quickly. I was they were wrestling the whole match heel, and I was like, God damn it, they're gonna fucking turn them heel for no reason out of nowhere. And then all of a sudden, she blew that green mist in Alexa's face or Nikki's face, and I was so happy. I was like, "Yep, this works. This is perfect." All they had to do is make her spit the green mist, and it's perfect.
Yeah. The mist wasn't that
Tajiri
of Tajiri, the Japanese buzzsaw.
Japanese buzzsaw, baby! Shout out to Tajiri.
What a champion!
Shout out to Tajiri.
The spider, like the
I loved
spider on
it.
the ropes.
The tarantula.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
Love that move.
Crazy.
Illegal, but I love that move.
Yeah. Okay, so this is interesting. Two high flyers. This looks like something straight out of Street Fighter, does it not?
It certainly does.
It really,
the whole
really
match
does.
kind of looked like something out of Street Fighter. They killed it.
I'm telling you, Apollo Crews suffers the defeat to Ricochet in the draft showcase match.
Yeah, it was a very, very good match. These two motherfuckers are very athletic. Like, God damn it, they kill it. They both pulled out all the stops. It was very, what's it called? It was competitive the whole way through. And, yeah, just great showcase for the two of them.
All right. Is this really the end of it already? Wow,
See,
I think we should
saying.
do it. We definitely need to do it the way we're doing it right now.
It's so much better.
Okay, Tyson Fury brawled with Braun Strowman after a verbal confrontation.
Fuck, yes, he did. Gypsy King?
Look at the look on his face. They both know that those are real punches coming.
So Tyson Fury also, after Raw went off the air, in kayfabe, not as a shoot, but in kayfabe, Tyson Fury knocked out Cesaro after Raw went off the air because Cesaro got in Fury's face and Fury hit him with a right hook that looked pretty goddamn good.
Damn!
As it would, because guess what? Tyson Fury has a fucking good right hook. Gypsy King, baby. Anybody who's not familiar with Tyson Fury, go on YouTube, look up the best of Tyson Fury promos or shit talk or trash talk, whatever you want to type in. It'll all come up with the same shit. He's amazing.
Damn!
Yeah. He's amazing. And as we learned right before SmackDown went on the air, so this is as good a time as any to talk about it because it happened before SmackDown but after Raw, they will be squaring off at Crown Jewel, the Saudi Arabia event coming up in 3 weeks, I think it is.
Is it on the 31st of October?
It's something. It's on a Friday.
It's got to be on it's on a Friday, then it's on the 1st of November.
I think.
Pretty on the 31st of October. Let's check on the phone.
Maybe if you scroll down more, I'll make sure there.
Well, this.
Oh, entity.
UK. Still Fly Live.
No, I guess not.
Total.
Oh, yeah, Crown Jewel. Oh, yeah, you're right. Thursday, 31st.
It would be really nice if every now and again you had a little bit of faith in a brother.
Fuck that. Then I'd be ruining my Graves persona.
Oh, man.
Yeah, Crown Jewel Thursday, 1 p.m. Eastern, October 31st. Going to be pretty interesting. Also announced during the press conference where they announced versus Braun Strowman. They also announced your boy Cain Velasquez, as Rey Mysterio calls him, mi familia, mi raza. And he will be facing off against Brock Lesnar, which hopefully will be Cain Velasquez's first WWE World Heavyweight Championship. I want that in my life. I want Cain Velasquez to have taken out Brock Lesnar twice for heavyweight titles in two separate sports entertainment divisions. Because, yeah, Kane's the man. I love Kane.
Yo, he just came in, just said, yeah, you know who I am. Yeah?
Yeah.
You know what I do.
Tackled him.
Yeah? You're going down.
Stiffed him.
And you're taking fists too.
Stiffed him.
And he just fed him those rights and
yeah.
lefts, like ground and pound. Like you can see him like lifted up his back.
He took a double leg and fucking dropped him on his back. It was beautiful.
Lifted him out of his seat. All right.
So you didn't see SmackDown, right?
Not very much of it.
So this was. Did you see the beginning?
No. I think actually what happened was I was working on a couple projects at the time. I realized that Vince McMahon isn't going to turn money away from me, so you know what I mean? Sorry, I can't right now. I'm watching SmackDown. Just didn't seem to work out.
Yeah. Oh, fair enough. So, Seth, this was amazing. Go, give me that headline.
Seth Rollins
Beautiful
defeats
headline.
Roman Reigns via disqualification to earn the first pick of the WWE draft for Raw after the Fiend Bray Wyatt shockingly emerged.
Shockingly. It was awesome. It was a decent match between Roman and Seth. Not as good as you would expect with how familiar they are with each other. Like, you'd think they'd be able to have a bit more of an interesting match. But as it was kind of starting to really get going, the lights went and Seth was in the corner. And then all of a sudden, Bray Wyatt broke from through the ring, grabbed the mandible claw on Seth, and dragged him into the hole under the ring.
Wow.
Smoke started coming out of the hole. Seth popped out. When the lights came back on, Bray peeked out, went back in, the lights went back off, and then Bray was at the top of the ramp.
Wow.
Beautiful. I think it was good work. It was a step in the right direction from, that pay-per-view that went so poorly.
The one that we even mentioned right here.
Yeah.
Slightly.
Yeah,
King Corbin defeated Shorty Gable. Why is his name Shorty Gable?
So his name is now Shorty Gable.
Why is his name Shorty Gable?
That is official. So listen,
bullshit.
This is what happened. This is how I experienced this.
Okay.
I'm watching SmackDown and I had it well, let's say legally downloaded.
Okay.
And I was watching it and Corbin came out to face Chad Gable. As Corbin was coming down, I was like, you know what? I like Corbin,
okay,
but I am so sick of listening to short joke after short joke about Chad Gable just fall out of Corbin's mouth.
It was getting a little tiring.
So I fast-forwarded a bit to where the match had already started. And a few minutes go by, and then it goes to commercial break. So the screen goes black, comes back from commercial break, and it's showing, it does the lower third thing where it says who's facing who. Mm-hmm. And it says Baron Corbin versus Shorty Gable. I said, what? Did I miss something in the promo where Corbin was telling the back to call him Shorty Gable? And they did? No, because I went back, nothing about that. Apparently, in kayfabe, what's happened is Chad Gable has decided to embrace the short jokes and has changed his name to Shorty.
Well, there you go.
And apparently this is something that they thought was funny or interesting or cool.
Maybe they're going to turn it around on it for him. Because he's kind of... Well, no, they're teeter-tottering.
That is
they're
giving
matches.
them a lot of credit.
Hey, they're trading matches, bro. They're trading matches.
They're trading matches, but they just strapped the guy with the name Shorty Gable.
I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm just saying, wow.
Wow. Wow is right. I agree with you.
Yowie wowie.
Yowie wowie.
That's all I'm saying about that.
I love it. Yowie wowie is the term of the century.
Isn't it, though?
Yeah. I'm sorry, Kanye, but I think Bray Wyatt is the voice of the generation.
WWE Champion Brock Lesnar was interrupted by Cain Velasquez and Rey Mysterio.
This was awesome. Kane was looking awesome here. It looks like he has been getting in better and better shape since last week. He seems to be pretty much cut now and looking good. He announced officially that he has retired from MMA. His current goal is he wants to win the heavyweight title, and he also wants to win the Universal title at some point. So he has plans to stick around WWE for a while, which I like because I love Cain Velasquez. I think he's a wonderful dude. I think he's cool.
Who was it that said that WWE is the graveyard for UFC fighters?
I don't know, but
I don't think that is a graveyard.
I don't think that's fair.
I really don't, because like there's a different degree of fighting, different technicality.
Well, and they bring in a different audience to check them out. B, all the UFC people that have come into WWE specifically have done quite well for themselves in the business.
Yeah.
Brock, as much as we sometimes make fun of him and don't like that he gets titles and stuff, still puts on some goddamn entertaining matches, and he's the only one who puts on matches like he does.
Yo, he is a beast.
Him versus Samoa Joe. Like him versus Samoa Joe, him versus AJ Styles, all amazing matches.
Him versus Daniel Bryan, bro.
Him versus Daniel Bryan was I forgot about that match. It's another amazing one.
Work, bro.
Fuck yes, he did.
He put him
to incredible.
Work.
He almost won. Like it was
almost
great.
It
was beautifully booked.
It was well played.
Well, and hilariously, it was booked on the fly because Daniel and Brock decided to say fuck what the people said they could do, because they were saying not to smash Daniel the way he smashes everyone else. And Daniel said, no, you smashed me just as much, if not more. We're going hard.
Yeah.
So good on Brock for that, too.
Way to go.
But like, you think about Brock Lesnar's done great. Ronda Rousey had a fucking amazing year.
Meteoric, bro.
Meteoric. Incredible. No one has taken to professional wrestling from another sport as quickly as Ronda Rousey since Kurt Angle.
And you know what? We just saw her on an episode of 911. If you haven't watched it, check that out. I endorse that shit.
Yeah, I haven't watched that yet. But
yeah, she was on I think the first or second episode.
Yeah, I heard about it. I definitely heard about it.
Pretty tough stuff.
But yeah, so I mean, those two did great. Ken Shamrock was from the UFC originally back in the day. He was incredible for years.
Blackman.
We loved him. Steve Blackman was awesome.
Yeah.
And then when you look at, like, if you want to talk about companies that used MMA fighters a lot and used them poorly, TNA was notorious for bringing in Bellator and former UFC people for storylines for no reason at all, and they didn't stay. Like, they brought Rampage in, they brought Chael in, they brought Tito Ortiz in, they brought, you know what I mean? Like, they've done all that shit. Yeah. It's something that happens because the two sports, A, have overlapping fan bases, so it makes sense.
True.
And B, also have non-overlapping fan bases in sections where they can bring eyes to each other. It's a mutually beneficial thing, and anybody who hates on it in my opinion, it's just fucking foolish, because like, there's no reason to hate on any of it when they're doing good work. If you're unsure of if Cain Velasquez belongs in a professional wrestling setting, look up Cain Velasquez's work in AAA. Just look it up, and then shut your fucking mouth.
Potholes?
Yeah, because Cain Velasquez wrestles like a fucking giant luchador. Like, he does flips and Hurricane Ranas and fucking dives off. Yes, he does.
Holy shit.
Yes, he certainly does.
Holy shit. We about to see some shit, aren't we?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
I'll send you the link on Facebook.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's getting ready. He's to send me the link right now. He's like, we're not waiting until the end of the show. Fuck that.
I got it ready.
Oh, he's got it ready already. Moving heavy. All right, while he sends that, we'll move on to the next one. The New Day.
New Day.
Defeated the OC.
They cheated.
Yeah, man. They cheated by following the rules exactly by the book.
Despicable.
Isn't it gross?
Open up your Facebook message.
Isn't it gross how, like, the New Day could win so many matches?
So gross. It's
I'm
nasty.
telling you.
Such cheaters.
Terrible. Okay. Spooky, bubbly, PC. What's this? All right, I'm about to watch some stuff right here while you get the recap.
I want this reaction.
Oh, you want the reaction?
I want them to hear your reaction. Because Cain Velasquez, son.
That's him with the mask on?
Oh, yeah.
That's a Hurricane Rana. It wasn't the greatest Hurricane Rana, but it was a Hurricane Rana. That was a snapmare. Arm drag, okay. That's an arm drag. What, it was a springboard arm drag? Okay, you were getting suplexed. Okay. Yeah, again, he missed it. But he just bent him over on his backside. Slapped him. Elbow. 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 Okay. Spin kick from Kane. And then that same drop, which is dangerous. That's a dangerous drop.
Yeah, man.
Did he get the 3 count on that? No? Oh, no, he got the Kimura lock. That's a Kimura, buddy. Oh, he has his leg over his head. Damn. Shit, son. Yo, Brock, you got a problem.
Big problem.
Yo, Brock.
So,
Brock.
I'm just, I'm just saying, that man belongs in the professional wrestling arena.
That's my Paul Heyman impression.
Yeah.
Brock.
It happens. I love when that happens so much. It's my favorite. I love it.
Oh, jeez.
But yeah,
terrible. But okay.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
I love him. So, yeah, the New Day defeated the OC. Dastardly rule-following tactics aside,
it
was a good match. OC did great tag team heel work, doing the fucking cutting the ring off, knocking one member of the New Day off the ring, and then antagonizing Big E while I think the other two kicked the shit out of Xavier Woods and threw him into the steps. Like, it was very
malicious.
Tactical. Malicious, absolutely. Heel work. And effective.
It was downright dastardly.
Yeah, well, I mean, hey. Not everybody is going to be, handed everything like the New Day.
Handed. I don't even want to phrase this in the way I was about to. I don't think that degree of melatonin gets handed anything in the WWE.
Hey, I'm just saying, longest reigning tag team champions of all time.
Longest, Kofi has the longest ever reign of championships combined too. So
yeah, I mean, they get a lot.
It wasn't handed to them though. It was off the backs of others. Like the dams and the If You Smell.
Yeah, the people that they damned and left in their wake as they stormed through.
Hey, listen, man.
Hulk Hogan style.
The power of positivity has reigned supreme for the last, I think it's been 6-7 years of the New Day.
Something like that. Man.
Yeah, man. And for me, okay, I'll even go there because I like to be represented in media. And I don't think the media represents me as well as it can. So to see the New Day and know
I disagree. I'm kidding.
To see,
I think there's too much representation.
This guy went from Corey Graves to Jesse Ventura in 1 sentence. But yeah, no, to see this representation of of Afrocentric males in a positive perspective, overcoming the odds. You know what I mean? As quote unquote choreographed or as indoctrined as it is.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? I feel good about it because that means because when I first started wrestling, there was not this, they were not as prominent. They weren't even wrestling when I first started wrestling, first of all. But there's a lot of cultures in wrestling right now that weren't as prominent. Even with the Kabuki Warriors.
What Coco Beware was there?
Coco Beware was a staple, okay. Coco Beware and then Kamala.
Yep.
Okay.
Ron Simmons.
Kamala, Ron Simmons. But it was one at a time, bro. It was Coco Beware was
Are you going to tell me, you said Kabuki Warriors earlier, are you going to say that the Japanese weren't well represented? Yokozuna was massive. And also a Samoan.
Yeah.
But,
he's killing me right now. He was Samoan. But no, not only were Oriental wrestlers not really highlighted as much, except for Funaki and Tajiri and
well, and Tajiri for a while was William Regal's manservant.
Who else am I talking about here though? My dude. Taka Michinoku. Yes, with the Michinoku driver.
Yeah, Kaientai,
exactly. They weren't really, those were it. So, to see like Oriental wrestlers like Kairi Singh and Asuka and like Io Shirai, and then like in such a prominent role, like you can see that the WWE is revolutionizing the perspective of like just culture.
For sure. I do want to say something before we get yelled at.
Okay.
The Block did not mean to say Oriental when referring to people there, because that's racist. That's racist.
Is it?
Yeah.
I did.
Oriental can refer to objects, but not people.
Oh, well, excuse me. Oh, yeah. Well, I just learned something new today. Well, what do you know? Like, apparently I've been a bigot.
No, it's good. But yeah, I learned that the hard way once, yeah.
I can't say I can't. Okay, so what? How do I refer to them? Asian?
Asian.
Bro, Asian could cover Indian too.
Yeah, they're Asian too.
So we're gonna do some more research into this. You know what? If y'all let me.
If you want to be specific, then it's like you go with like Southern Asian or South Asian, like, but like. I would just more go towards saying Japanese or Chinese or.
Yeah, you want to call a Korean Japanese? Go ahead, bro.
Which one was Korean?
Exactly.
Hey, so I've watched enough UFC now that I've learned to almost tell just by the name.
Oh, the names it's easier to like by the name
but
than
we know
it
their
is
names.
by the like. It's easier by the name than it is by the appearance. Like, I'm sorry.
100%.
I'm going to sound ignorant as fuck when I say this.
Me too.
No, you know what?
No, me too.
You can't even say that. I can't say their eyes all slant to the same degree because they don't. You could, okay, go ahead. Y'all ain't calling me country black and shit. Like, we're talking real here. This is more of a candid conversation than it is with Tough Talk. With Thili and
conversations about race.
No, but we need to be able to discuss race without getting into a conflict.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
Like,
I think white people have been prosecuted too.
Y'all got it real bad. I'm not even gonna lie.
It is landmines. There are landmines for white dudes.
Bro, listen, man. I was here with my dude
and it's not
day.
a thing where I'm saying. I just want to be clear.
Yeah.
I'm not saying white dudes have it hard, and anytime I do, it is tongue planted so firmly in my cheek that it's poking out through my fucking birthmark. But all I mean when I say that is there are certain things that are landmines.
I know, like there are certain words. There are certain words. There are certain situations. There are certain gestures. There are certain terminologies. There's certain even like I know.
Yeah, I saw Ben Askren got called a racist last week.
Really?
So, and get this, I've never heard that this was a racist thing to say because I've only ever said this about literally anybody when it's a factually accurate thing. He was talking about Israel Adesanya, the new middleweight champion of the world, right? Who's fucking incredible. We didn't get to talk about that, but we were off. But Israel Adesanya is the fucking truth, officially. Knocked Robert Whittaker out in the second round. He also knocked him out in the first round, but Robert got saved by the bell, got his wits, and then came out.
The bell.
Yeah, he saved literally, dude. 1 second left. Izzy caught him with an uppercut that put his lights out, and the bell rang as he hit him. And then when he got up, they got him to his stool, and he was able to like be active enough that they were okay with him continuing. But he was so saved by the bell. And then 4 minutes into the second round, he got caught with another uppercut and then a left hook and was unconscious.
The uppercut hook combo is one of the most deadly combos ever. Especially if you can uppercut them towards the hook.
Yeah. Well, and that's what he did. That's what he did. And especially when you're Israel Adesanya and you can enter the Matrix at any fucking time and just dodge whatever you want. So basically, he won. And Israel Adesanya is a fucking superstar. Like, that man is going to be a household name. He has only had, I think, 8 fights in the UFC.
Okay.
And he's won every single one of them.
Nice.
None of them, I don't think any of them by decision. He's a savage. And he is also incredibly charismatic. The guy is so lovable on the mic because he drops comic book references. He's a fucking nerd. He's also a UFC fanboy, so like he drops UFC memes in the middle of his post-fight interviews and stuff like that. Like when they're asking him like, how do you feel winning the match? Like, how did it feel winning this title against Robert in front of these people with in such a decisive fashion? Okay. And he just goes, it's normal. It's normal. Just like Anderson Silva's fucking old interview where he said, it's normal. Guys, it's normal. He literally just goes, it's normal. It's normal. Everything. So he uses UFC memes in his speech, and it makes him so lovable. And part of that is he's eloquent with his speech, right? Okay. Now, I very carefully decided to say it that way, eloquent with his speech, because apparently if you're talking about Israel Adesanya, who's an African American, or an African man who lives in New Zealand, African New Zealander, I guess it would be, you're not allowed to say that he speaks well.
Well, why not?
Because apparently speaks well is too condescending and makes you a racist if you're a white guy talking about a black guy. Just using that phrase at all. No gray area.
Well, at least he didn't say he speaks like a white guy.
Well, right?
Which I've heard for a good percentage of. Oh, you sound so white.
Right? Like, and that's
bitch, I am
so
like
much
chocolate
worse.
Dark. What is wrong with you? How do I speak like a color?
That's so wrong. So like,
you know what I mean?
But all Ben said was, if you're asking me if Israel Adesanya is a superstar, he is charismatic, he's flashy, he speaks well, and he fights well. Now, to me, that doesn't sound like a racist statement.
No.
That sounds like somebody saying,
this is like an ignorant
this
statement.
motherfucker. It doesn't even sound ignorant.
Slightly. If what you're saying is if what he said was inaccurate, then it would be out of ignorance.
But it's not inaccurate. The guy does speak impeccably well.
Okay.
And the guy does fight impeccably well. And the guy is incredibly charismatic. And he is all these things.
I'm not the one arguing.
No, I know. I'm just telling you that I'm trying to clear up where it is.
Okay.
He is all those things.
Yeah.
And Ben was just saying that he is those things. He's agreeing with the general opinion that this guy's a fucking superstar. Yeah. And these are the elements that he hits on why he is a superstar. Because he can fight well, speak well, and is engaging with the MMA community. Okay. And some MMA writer who literally hates Ben Askren, but is another white guy. He's a white dude, social justice warrior type. And he said that Ben Askren is being a racist because he said that Israel Adesanya speaks well on the mic. Because the term speaks well is inherently racist when spoken about a black man by a white person.
How the fuck do you even have the time to decipher that shit?
You know what I mean? Like, how is it like...
Where do you get the space in your mind to say, hey, they said something in a way that... It's not even like he's like, if he said it the way you said it, then he set it up as a compliment. Like I was saying, like...
Entirely complimentary.
It might have been like him stating it about the speaking well might have been in ignorance. I've personally never heard that terminology.
You would, I mean, it just means...
Some people have told me all the time, you speak well. I'm like, okay, cool, thanks, I appreciate that, you know what I mean? Like, you should, you know what I mean? You should sign up for this ministry or that ministry. Okay, cool, like, it's awesome, you know what I mean? Like,
it's usually complimentary. You say it to anybody, white, black, Asian, whatever. If somebody has the gift of good speech and conversation, that's the definition of speaking well. Like,
exactly.
So, but it's just a strange thing. We got off on a tangent there just because of the Oriental thing, but like, I think it's an important thing to bring up where it's weird. Like,
no, wherever we could clarify discrepancies or misconceptions, that's part of our responsibility as artists.
100%.
So, Bayley defeated Charlotte Flair to win back the SmackDown Women's title.
The main event, baby.
Main event of SmackDown.
So Bayley came out, and she came out to her normal music. We had the wacky inflatable arm flailing tube men. And then her music stopped while she was still at the top of the ramp. And Bayley took out a weapon of some sort. It was some sort of an axe handle with 2 blades on it. And she proceeded to brutally murder every one of those arm flailing tube men. So they no longer held air and were just dead on the thing. Then she took off her jacket, exposing her new gear, which was awesome. Went down to the ring, put on a hell of a match with Charlotte, beat Charlotte, becoming a 2-time SmackDown Women's Champion, and in the process, cementing her heel turn with new music, very rock heavy music.
Okay.
And she grabbed the mic at the end of the show and said, "Hey, bitches, screw all of you," which I thought was just awesome.
Yeah, that's definitely a way to let people know that you're not on there.
Yeah.
Now, this whole draft thing, this happened on...
It happened throughout the night. They just put it at the end here because it was a thing. So,
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
Isn't this the second time she's been picked first?
I think so, yeah. So, Lynch to Raw, obviously, staying. Reigns, SmackDown, staying. We had...
OC?
So Lynch, the OC, and Drew McIntyre all went to Raw. Roman Reigns and The Fiend Bray Wyatt were the first 2 picks for SmackDown in round 1. Then we got round 2 picks. Raw, we got Randy Orton, Ricochet, and Bobby Lashley. Then on SmackDown, we got Sasha Banks. And
blue hair now stays there.
Yeah, the blue hair stays where it needs to be. Round 3, Raw, Alexa Bliss, Kevin Owens, and Natalia.
And SmackDown, Lacey Evans and The Revival.
Top guys.
Like, it's not the same if you don't say that.
I know. Top guys.
All right, and round 4.
Yeah, round 4, Raw took the Viking Raiders. Nikki Cross confirming almost that her and Alexa will be separated by the fact that other tag teams got taken as 1 pick, whereas Nikki was taken by her lonesome. Interesting that she was taken above... she wasn't taken above Alexa.
Alexa was first.
Oh, they are both on Raw.
They are, but the way you mentioned it, like
they're
the
split, though.
The Viking Raiders and the
same
Lucha
team.
House Party, the Street Profits,
The
the Heavy
OC.
Machinery, the OC, they all came over as a team. So
yeah.
So the Lucha House Party and Heavy Machinery are on SmackDown.
Yeah.
So, and the Street Profits were to Raw, like we already expected.
Yeah, of course. So yeah, that was the night 1 of the draft. Night 2 is tonight. I will be leaving here and going to watch that.
Sure.
Eating motherfucking turkey sandwiches on stuffing bread from
Oh my gosh.
Edible Options. Shout out to Edible Options. My job.
Oh, I guess I should take some time to promote that we here at Explosive North with Chumye
ETN
have also other shows that happen through the week. Check out Candid Conversations on Wednesday at 6 o'clock. You can also check out on Fridays our Hardline episode, which details what's going on in the rap battle world, specifically letsbeef.com and their artists. We also have the Terrell Effect on Saturday, and every week we have Tough Talks with Thili and Dablock.
Boom.
We just trying to figure out what day it lands on.
Right now it's kind of fluid. I'm working a schedule that does not necessarily give me a day off on Sunday or Monday or both.
Just doing a floating schedule. It's like we kind of do whatever works.
Yeah.
So
keep an eye out on all things. We will let you know when it is happening.
We'll keep you on your toes and shit.
All day. Got to be on your toes. You know what? Or toes. You know why? Because anything can happen in the World Wrestling Federation.
We got to say World Wrestling Entertainment or we going to get in trouble.
Yeah, but they never said that since it became World Wrestling Entertainment.
It's true.
So the saying remains.
What if they actually do say it, though, now that you said it?
Well, then I'm WWE Jesus or whatever.
All right, with that WWE, man. Okay, so what's your highlights and your lowlights?
The low light was last Sunday. The highlights were I mean, the Fiend on SmackDown was killing it, and the fact that the Fiend is going to be on SmackDown shows me that they want him on the A show. They want him doing cool shit. Hopefully they don't write themselves into a corner where they don't want to put the belt on him, but they have him fucking fighting for another fucking belt. Don't put him against anybody you don't want him to win against, fucking WWE, because we need to book this man strong as shit so that he can get to a good feud with Aleister Black and then Demon Finn Balor eventually when Finn Balor decides he wants to have that match again. The other highlight I'll say, we didn't go over it today. We're gonna there'd be long stuff. It's the whole entire shows. We got to figure those out to figure out. I think we should figure out a way, and we'll talk about it after about doing NXT and AEW. I think we should do a Wednesday Night Wars sort of thing. Every once in a while, we cover it. We'll do like a broad news bulletin thing, like old school news, fucking war bulletins from the front, sort of shit.
Okay. On the front line, we
exactly.
see here that there's a goings-on going on there, Jack.
And our boys are in full sail this week, and you know what I mean, on the front.
Full sail.
But the another highlight is NXT. Every fucking week, NXT is so good. NXT is probably my favorite show weekly right now.
I'm not gonna lie. When I went to NXT, I was not disappointed. When I went to when I went to the Raw live, I was kind of like, eh.
Yeah. Well, they kind of botched that Raw after SummerSlam, anyways.
Oh my goodness! I can't believe it was almost 2 months now. It's almost going on 3 months now since we just about 3 months since I was there.
This year flew by very
it was
quickly.
August, bro. I was just there, bro.
I know.
Now it's October.
I know, but what was I gonna say? Fuck.
NXT, AEW.
NXT highlight of the week every week. It's the best wrestling show on TV. AEW is doing good. They are doing well. I like a lot of what they're doing, but there's something about it doesn't feel right for me all the time. Like something about it feels kind of off. In the same way that New Japan and Ring of Honor stuff doesn't quite feel,
saying the lights
nationwide ready.
Lights aren't shining in the right direction. It's a little too dim. Like the camera angles aren't crisp enough.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. The transitions aren't crisp enough. There's something that's both nostalgic but almost off-puttingly nostalgic about.
Is it like
the commentary team being I can't remember the luchador's name, who's a commentator there, but some luchador, and then good old JR and Tony Schiavone.
Tony Schiavone, what?
Yeah, I love Tony.
JR is the boss still, but
I mean, he is, but he's also not the best anymore. Like, he's not the active best. He's the he's the greatest of all time, but he's not the active best.
Okay.
And I feel like sometimes his slip-ups hurt the commentary team more than he overall is helping the commentary team.
Oh.
Like, maybe he should be more behind the scenes working, like, creative. Because he has an amazing mind for wrestling. And, I mean, like I said, I love JR. I think he's the greatest of all time.
the boss, yo.
I think he's the greatest of all time.
Greatest.
But my
Stone Cold!
But my problem is we're not getting those moments anymore.
Oh, no.
You know what I mean? We're not getting things like that from him anymore. What we're getting is a guy who forgets people's names or says the wrong name 8 times in a row or interjects with strange jokes that don't necessarily work. It's just, it doesn't feel like the old JR.
Organic.
And the fact that it's him and Tony Schiavone, 2 voices from the Monday Night Wars, which was, big in 96 through 2001. It's one of those things where it's like, oh my god, like I've heard these voices forever, but that's not ingratiating me to the show. It's kind of more pushing me away, I think.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, it doesn't have the appeal to me yet or the polish level for me that I want out of it. NXT, I think, is the perfect in between of like a high polish and an indie show.
Yeah.
Where like it's really it's perfect, like everything looks good still, but it's also not as rigid as the main roster structure is, whereas AEW feels almost too far the other direction for me.
Okay.
But we'll see where they go for the next, the next however long this goes on. Like I'm still watching it every week. I watch NXT live, and then I watch AEW usually right after.
Okay.
I am doing a lot of wrestling watching weekly at this point.
Imagine, bro, I'm telling you, I spent.
And it gets worse this week.
Oh, why?
Backstage starts tomorrow.
Backstage.
The new Renee Young Booker T show on Fox.
Okay. So there's more.
Yep. And that starts Tuesdays and is Tuesdays at 11 o'clock on Fox.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Well, we'll be seeing about that. I'll probably be getting my highlights from that from you because I'm still trying to catch up to this wrestling stuff.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as I finish Candid Conversations, I have to peel upstairs and sit down for NXT. You know what I mean? But even then, like, I have, like, my conversations carry on over, so it's just like sitting here wondering what the hell I signed myself up for.
Yeah, man.
But
NXT is crazy. NXT for me is the one that is must watch every single week, like, on the day.
I think because Triple H has been on both sides of the coin, so he knows what he's doing. Like, where Vince has only been on one side.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? So, but yeah, is there anything else you wanted to touch base on?
No, man. I think that is just about everything that we needed to cover, and we did it in like an hour and 7 minutes. So,
all right, bet.
Bomb.
Yeah. All right.
And that's with technical difficulties.
That's with the technical difficulties, and we were heard the whole way, so we're good. All right. Well, you know what it is. You know who we be. Tune in next week for the 1, 2, 3.
Boom.